Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maite and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and sometimes eBay and Depop. It just kind of depends. But with fall coming around the corner and back to school, I want to do a video all about denims and what denim brands I like to sell. And then I also added a couple denim brands that I feel like are losing their hype or just don't sell well for me. I'm going to put the tags up on the screen so you guys can see what the tags look like. And like always, this is my personal opinion. This is just what sells for me and what doesn't sell for me. So let me know down in the comments if some of these brands do sell well for you. What are your tips and tricks for selling these brands? And if I didn't mention a certain brand that you love selling, let me know down below as well. A brand that I love finding, and I've actually been finding quite often recently, is Mother Denim. It's actually a brand that I will go on Mercari and Poshmark and try to source online to see if someone's selling them cheaply, because they do sell roughly around $100 or more depending on the style. Some are up in the 200s, like low 200s to 100, and some of them are selling for like 75. It really depends on what style. So I like to see what style is selling when I'm like doing, it's not retail arbitrage, when I'm like looking to buy. But if I'm getting it from a regular thrift store, I tend to pick up almost all of them unless they're in bad condition. But I tend to pick up all of them because they're pretty cheap, because I feel like my Goodwill has yet to figure out that brand is a good brand. So it's still selling for like $7.99. The next brand that I love, but I have to make sure that I get the new tag and not the old tag, is Cut From Cloth. I love selling it. It's really a fast flip. They don't sell for like $100 or anything like that, but it is a fast flip and we love a good fast flip. I'll put a picture of the new one and the old one. I tend to only pick up the new one. I never really pick up the old one, but shorts, jeans, whatever it is, I pick up from that brand. Oh, I would like to mention that I tend to not pick up a lot of skinny jeans now, just because skinny jeans aren't really in and they're not selling very well for me. So most of the ones that I do pick up, most of the denim that I do pick up are wide leg, straight leg, boot cut if I can find it, or like flare, but it's mostly wide leg and straight leg is what I'm picking up a lot. The next brand is AG Ariana Goldschmied, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but that's the tag right there, and it tends to sell pretty well. My last pair I think sold for about $50, which was really good, and I found it at the bins, new with tag. So again, it's one of those brands that I feel like Goodwill is unaware of its popularity and how much you can resell it for, so they still have it for like $7.99, $9.99 instead of $15 or $20. Yes, my Goodwill sells things for like $20. It's been a mess. Now Everlane pants is kind of on both of my lists of good and bad. Everlane men's for me sell very quickly, within like 2 or 3 weeks, sells quickly. Everlane women I feel like just sits for me a little bit. I have a couple pair of Everlane women that have just been sitting, whereas I recently, in the last 2 weeks, a week, put up a pair of khakis men's, and they sold this weekend. So I don't know, I guess the men's are selling more. The next brand is Redone. I personally just love the brand in general, just because they rework vintage and older fashions, and they rework them, they add stuff to them, and then just make it more like put a luxury price tag on it. But because they put that luxury price tag on them and people like them as well, they resell very well. Next brand I have yet to find, but I wanted to put it on the list just to keep it on your guys' radar. But the brand is Driftwood. Specifically when they're like super embroidered, the pants are super cute. They're beautiful pants. The embroidering is out of this world for some of them, but those ones are the ones with high resale value, or like good resale value, so I'd keep an eye on for those. I just have yet to find them. The next brand is We Wore What, not the Target Who What Wear, not the Target Who What Wear. It's We Wore What, two completely different brands, but I always get them confused. But this is the tag right here, and those ones, they sold within like 2 weeks for me last time, and I think they sold for like $75, which is really good for a pair of denim pants. But yeah, really love that brand. Rag & Bone, again, I don't pick up skinny jeans. So I don't know how their skinny jeans do. I do have a pair of their skinny jeans that have been sitting. So wait, I do know how their skinny jeans do. They don't do that well, they're sitting. But overall those sell really good and they have a high resale value. The next brand isn't really like denim, but it's Spanx. Spanx in general do really good as long as it's not like an extra small or something like that. But the more medium larges tend to sell very quickly for me. I don't know what it is, people really like Spanx. Last brand I feel like is a tried and true brand, but Levi's, the rib cage, the straight legs, it's a great brand overall, and I feel like they have yet to lose their hype. People just love them. They're a classic brand. Now for brands that I feel like have lost their hype a little bit or just don't resell for me. The first one, shoot me if you want to, it's just my opinion. I just have a couple that have been sitting for a while no matter how many times I list them or relist them. But it is Good American. I've kind of, unless I find it like at the bins or like on half off day, I've stopped picking them up. One, because Goodwill is selling them for like $15 and I'm just not up for that, and they just don't resell for that much anymore. I feel like for me, maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but I feel like they're just sitting around and not reselling very well for me. I've stopped. Another brand that I feel like is on everybody's BOLO list and people love selling it, but has not sold for me. I have 2 pairs I think, and they are just sitting. So again, maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but it's a Goldie. Again, put the tag right here. But it's just sitting so long for me, and I was so excited when I found them. I thought they were gonna sell so quickly, but maybe I got the wrong style. They are in white, so that might be why, but I've had them for a while. I think I've had them for almost a year and they are not selling, and I've given lowball offers, like anything. There's no offers coming in or anything for them. The next brand is Madewell. Madewell used to do so good for me. The ones that I do like to pick up are the vintage straight leg, I think is what they're called. Those ones do sell, but the rest of them for me, they're not doing so hot. They're just sitting, and I don't like it. And then I feel like we have the tried and true 4 brands that I stopped picking up completely, but when I first started reselling, they were like hot commodity here. But it's Paige, Joe's, Hudson, and Frame. Those 4, I remember when I first started reselling, were hot commodities. They were on BOLO lists and everything. People were telling me to pick them up, and now like I look the other way. I don't want to see them. Like, I see them all over the Goodwill. They're priced more regularly around $10, but they just don't do good anymore. I have a couple that I'm trying to like get rid of the brand, and they just don't do well anymore. They're not it. That is the video for today. Let me know if any of these, like, you think the complete opposite and they don't sell or they do sell well for you. Let me know down in the comments, as well as let me know if I missed any brands that I should be on the lookout for. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.